Hello and welcome to another installment of Let's Love. For this episode, it'll be a game that's fairly old. It's Dragon Age Origins. This may go on for quite some time because there will be a lot to cover, just as the Assassin's Creed 3 video. Hopefully not as long as that one. I remember how long that one was. By God, I thought that was 30 minutes long, but it ended up being much longer. Anyways, Dragon Age Origins is a game made by Bioware, who is now with EA and is now a separate division from EA, as so I've read. Now, this is what I would call one of the better BioWare games for many reasons. Now, from your current viewpoint, it kind of looks like I'm the big guy with the big sword, but truth of the fact is I'm not. I'm actually this little guy here. Because fuck you all, I'm a dwarf. And what is this dwarf's name? Haggis. Oh no. I felt Irish. Or Scottish. Kind of a little bit of both, I should say. Anyways, Dragon Age Origins. It's sort of an RPG in the same style of BioWare's older games, such as, I think, Dungeons and Dragons, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. Now, why I say this is one of the better BioWare games, they actually took the time and effort to make sure that each race had their own separate backstory to them. So basically, if you choose a dwarf like I am, then you can basically choose two backstories, either a noble dwarf or a commoner dwarf. I chose the commoner dwarf because fuck nobles. I'm a commoner and I enjoy being from the low and work my way up to the high instead of staying up in the high. So anyways, each backstory has their own main quest line at the very beginning, which means they are pretty much labeled out in detail. I didn't do the recording from the origin story, as it's called, and right now we're entering some combat, and right here you basically see that it is a little bit like Knights of the Old Republic in terms of how combat is made. It's not active combat by any stretch of the imagination. You just right click, you hit the thing until it's dead, and every so often use skills. Now, for some reason, well, if you start as a dwarf commoner, then you'll start out with the dual weapon suite, especially if you're a dwarf warrior. Now, to me, dual weapons are better suited for rogues, and I'd say that the commoner story arc is more better suited toward rogue dwarves, but you know what? Fuck you all. I am a commoner dwarf that wields a giant axe. Got a problem? I'll chop your head off. I'm just going to take all this because why the hell not? It'll give me some cash. Let's see. So yeah, like I said, each story arc, there are 6 different story arcs. 2 for the dwarves, 2 for the elves, and 2 for the human. Wait, 1 for the humans actually. There's only 1 backstory arc for the humans. And elves and humans share a story arc if you happen to choose a mage role. So that means there's 3 different backstories for the elves and 2 different backstories for the humans. I'm pretty sure that humans and the shared backstory with the human and elf is the same. Looks like there's something injured over there. It's a dying soldier. We will get to him in momentarily. I'm just looking for a specific thing.
Over here.
Do you really want me to go over there? You do? Okay. How's it going?
Is that Grey Wardens?
Well,
Yep.
He's not half as dead as he looks, is he?
My
Nope.
scouting band was attacked by Darkspawn. They came out of the ground. Please help me. I've got to return to camp.
Okie dokie. Try bandaging him
I
up.
have bandages in my pack.
That's a good thing.
Thank you. I've
I heard the song of my people.
Did you hear? An entire patrol of seasoned men killed by Darkspawn.
Oh, come
Calm
on.
down, Sir Jory. We'll be fine if we're careful.
Those soldiers were careful, and they were still overwhelmed. How many Darkspawn can the four of us slay? A dozen? 100? There's an entire army in these forests.
There are darkspawn about, but we're in no danger of walking into the bulk of the horde.
How do you know? I'm not a coward. But
Are you
this
sure?
is foolish and reckless. We should go back.
Okay. Now, this is where I say it's more like Knights of the Old Republic and other older Bioware titles because you don't actually speak in this game. Much like in Mass Effect... No, Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, you were able to speak, but that's besides the point. Also in Dragon Age 2, you were able to speak, but then again, you only had the choice of being a human, which quite frankly was shit. I like being a dwarf in this Dragon Age game, so I rather stick being a dwarf. I don't want to be some completely random human person. Anyways, like I said, the character does not actually speak, so you could pretty much imagine by yourself how he sounds like, but... well, how he sounds like as he says the sentences that you pick, but he does say little one-liners during combats, such as, which is why you get the option of changing the voice in the character creation. Now, I decided to make the dwarf look as ginger as possible. I don't know why, I just felt like I should reside in Scotland. I don't know why. That sounded really racist, but hell, I love Scottish people. I really do. I just love the stereotype about them. Even though, like I said, it is a stereotype, I still love them. Anyways, let's see. You definitely sound like a coward to me.
I'm simply trying to stay alive. You do not see me fleeing, do you?
I see you stepping towards the exit.
Unnatural, you know. Few relish meeting darkspawn up close. I know I don't.
Let's see. I mean, humans maybe. Let's get this over. I didn't say I did.
Yes. All Grey Wardens can sense darkspawn. Whatever their cunning, I guarantee they won't take us by surprise. That's why I'm here.
You
Okay.
see, Sir Knight, we might die, but we'll be warned about it first.
That is reassuring.
That doesn't mean I'm here to make this easy, however. So let's get a move on.
Alright, now, I've played this game quite a bit before. I actually never beaten the game. Don't judge me. I just haven't beaten this game before. I have played it a bunch before, but I've never actually beaten it. I don't think I've ever played past the point where you meet the Witch in the Wilds. So let's see, up ahead is quite a big group of Darkspawn. Quite a bit. I can actually see them from here now. You can actually take control of different characters as you would expect in a typical Bioware game. Although in Knights of the Old Republic, they actually speak when you do select them. I wonder.
Greetings. It is good to finally have a moment to speak with you.
Where are you
I
from?
hail from Redcliffe, but Duncan recruited me in Highover, a city off the northern coast. Have you traveled there?
I kind of technically talk to him as the archer, but it's still giving me the dialogue options as if I were the dwarf. So, I've never been to the
I was
service
in
before.
Arlayman's retinue when he attended King Marek's funeral. It was in Highover that I met my Helena. I was smitten. She has the most beautiful eyes, my Helena. Now, for years, I found any excuse to return there. We married a year ago. Arlayman gave me leave to serve in Highover, but I was attempting to persuade Helena to come to Redcliffe with me, at least until I was recruited.
Okie dokie. Wait, so you're
Never. I will return to her once my duty is done and the Blight defeated.
How did they
Last
find
month,
you?
Duncan visited Highover, and the band held a tournament in his honor. I won the Grand Melee. It was
Okay.
hard to leave my wife. We married only a year ago, and she is heavy with child now. But Ferelden needs my blade, and I shall not falter.
Well, I guess there's a point. Alright, let's just go.
Indeed.
Now, he is the rogue, and I'm pretty sure he has a bow here as well. Now, let's just have him equip this bow. First, you can just click there, and let's try shooting him. And fatally miss every single shot. And now, here's a fairly good strategy to know. If you just pick them off one by one, if you get them all in a group, then you are more likely to just get yourself killed. Let's go ahead and try to shoot this guy again. Combat is fairly advanced once you get to the higher levels, where you have more skills to think about and more RPG statistics to think about. Especially when you're talking about physical checks, all that good stuff. What you should basically always do is leave your archers at the back, and there are 3 archers up there, and I do not like that. So I'm going to go up there and kill them all, along with some other people. And I am kind of stuck here. There's some more Darkspawn with this one is called Glenlock. I don't know why they're called Glenlocks. You do have a codex in this game, which will pretty much give you a huge amount of detail in it. Now, that's my skills. Journal is right here. Let's see. Genlock. These are the most common Darkspawn in the underground. Stocky and tough Genlocks are notoriously difficult to kill, even by magic. Hurlock. Taller than the Genlock cousins, Hurlocks are roughly of human size but are possessed of considerable strength and constitution. Shock Trooper Darkspawn, a single berserking Hurlock can often be a match for numerous opponents at once. They are known to adorn themselves with roughly carved tattoos to keep track of their kills and deeds. Though it is unknown whether or not there is a uniform standard to these markings. Wolf, and it actually has a huge amount of information just for a wolf. So if you are a codex junkie, you will get a kick out of this game. You will get so much information just from the codex. Sustainabilities. I am not really a codex junkie, so I don't really read the codex all that much. But it does give you so much stuff. It really gives you so much information about the world that you will literally never be able you pretty much will never be at a loss for this kind of stuff. Death Root. I'm pretty sure this is the flower that I need. Items received. Death Root. Deadly poison. Okay, this is just an alchemy ingredient. There's actually a specific flower that I need to find. I think this is it. Wild's flower? Yeah, I need this. And you just saw a quest update, which means, yeah, I got the flower that I need. Which means as soon as I'm done with this place, I can go ahead and complete that quest. Now, the map of the wilds is pretty big, so you can spend a lot of time exploring just this part, and there are some archers here. I'm going to go ahead and just rush them, and there's quite a bit over there, but I am a beefy dwarf, so I can just simply take some of them on while I say that as I am already down to less than half of my health. He's dead. He's about to die. He is now dead. Now, as far as I know, experience is not shared. It all depends on who gets the kill. So, for example, Alistair killed that guy, so he got the experience for that. Alright, let's go ahead and loot these guys. I got some 44 copper. And more vials of Darkspawn blood. I need one more. Then I got that part of the quest done. Now, there's a specific section of this game, of this specific level that I really hate. In fact, I'm going to save. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and save. You will want to save a lot because in this game there will be quite a bit of moments where you will be stuck, where you will have no idea what to do in a specific fight. So it's always a good idea to save regularly in any game, really, especially in a game like this. Oh, fruit. Let's go ahead and pick that. Even though I'm not an alchemist, I could still go ahead and pick flowers. Screw you all. Alright. Another thing I should mention about Dragon Age Origins. Its story is pretty deep and much to how it should be. The choices that you... the way you talk to people affect how people react to you later in the game. Much like with other Bioware titles. Now, why else I say that this is a Bioware game done right? I don't like that noise. And that's why I don't like that noise. Alright, he's dead. And he's dead.
Let's get started.
Loot him. Loot him. They only had money on him. Alright. Now, without getting interrupted, why else I say this is a Bioware game done right? In Knights of the Old Republic, this is one thing I'm going to say. In Knights of the Old Republic, there are a huge amount of races in Star Wars, yet you could only be a human. Why is that? Why couldn't you be a Twi'lek? Why couldn't you be a... God damn it. Most people would bash on me for not remembering the names of the races, but hell, I'm not a Star Wars fanatic, so give me some leeway on that. Anyways, I think I'm getting quite close to that section I was talking about, the one that I really hate. Autosave, so yes, I assume that I am getting quite close, and yes, it is, the bridge. Oh, how I hate the bridge. You know what? I'm gonna have you just... No, no. I refuse for that to happen. I want you to continuously shoot at him with arrows. And he's going to run off, which is good, quite frankly. And no, no, do not go over there. Instead, just constantly shoot him. And you, I'm sorry about the loss of audio if you heard that. Pretty sure you did hear that loss of audio. I just clicked on the Bandcam square recording, so it kind of counted as me clicking out a game. So your mouse is free, much like in other Bioware RPGs. Now, what Bioware did wrong further on in their series? Dragon Age 2, that game was not very good in my opinion. In this game, Dragon Age 1, or Dragon Age Origins, it puts emphasis on you being whoever the hell you would want to be, and it would matter about the choices you make. In Dragon Age 2, you could only be a human, and you could only be, and yes, that's exactly what happened. I'm going to run. I am going to run away from this fight. I'm going to run. I am sorry. Let's go. No, 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 this guy does not want to leave me alone. I'm going to see if I could drag him out here. Alright. And pommel strike. And quickly use the health poultice. Now, mighty blow. Yes, this game does have a great degree of strategy to it. If you are not very strategic in your approach, then you will die very easily. As seen here, all three of my party members are incapacitated right now. And there is a death mage over there. I don't like that death mage. I do not like him. I'm going to consume another flask, and I'm going to attempt to catch up to him. Alright, get over here. I got something for you. Mighty blow. don't have enough. Pommel strike. Piss off. And I run again. And he just drained my health. That's not nice. Alright. Yes, this battle can take quite a bit of time. Especially... What is this? Weakness. Ah, that's what he casted on me to make me so bloody... I don't know, what's the word for it? Incompetent? Just go ahead and keep on healing up until I'm strong enough to go ahead and tackle this Herlock Emissary again. He's probably just going to keep draining my life until I run out. Now, Pommel Strike. Now, hopefully what that will have done is render him unable to use his drained life. But that, quite frankly, did not happen. Pommel strike him again. It will give me an opportunity to land a hit on him. Thunder Arms does not work again. Come on. And I missed again. Alright. This is getting me nowhere. Thunder Arms. And he's dead. Finally. That is generally what will happen in Dragon Age Origins. You will find yourself without any party members to defend you with. Well, to defend yourself. And you will have to do stuff like that. Just run away from the battle, heal yourself up, and then run back into the battle in hopes that you will be able to kill him. That one, it won't be as easy in the later stages. And what in the hell? That doesn't look right to me. That looks absolutely wrong to me. Then again, this is a game made in 2008, I believe? I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, but I believe this game was made in 2008. Now, another thing about this is that about the combat, you can just do it in like this, or if you want a more sense of tactics, you can use this viewpoint, which, quite frankly, is more Dungeons and Dragons style. It gives you more of a feeling that you have more control of the tactics of what your party is doing. And with this kind of game, tactics is very, very important. If you are not very tactical of what you're doing, you will die again and again and again. That's the thing about this game. I personally prefer this viewpoint as it gives me a more personal feel to it. Now, the problem with future Bioware games, is that, I don't know, Mass Effect 1 and 2 were right, I suppose. And they ambushed me again. That is not okay. You will all die. You are no longer allowed to live. I apologize. And he's dead. Just go ahead and take all that. And try not to get stuck on a log. Sometimes the pathfinding is a little quirky with this game. So, quite generally, you don't want to just right-click to move it on target. You will generally just have to move around yourself.
Let's get started.
Alright. Let's see here. Now, I think I already picked that flower now. Just ignore that Steam message. You don't need to see it. I really need to disable stuff like that when I'm recording box with Bandcam. Now, let's see here. I believe the direction of the quest is over that way. So let's go ahead and go that way. Our party is in full health, so we shouldn't have many problems on trying to take on any enemies that we might encounter. I'll save. That's always nice.
Cursed creatures!
Alright, we've engaged in combat. Go ahead and engage the enemy. Hopefully there is not an emissary here. I would absolutely hate it if there was an emissary here. Mighty blow, pommel, regular strike, and sunder arms. Sunder arms is really supposed to make him hinder a target's ability to fight back. Now, what it sounds like is that what it does is decrease its attack power. That's what it sounds like it's doing. Now, do what you're doing. And this is going to end up horribly wrong, I can already tell. Furlock Alpha is very tough. Thank you for stunning him, and that'll give me an opportunity to use this greater health. Thank you. Pommel. Rally. Not sure what that did, actually. He's dead anyway, so it does not matter. Sunder arms. Now, I think I'm about to die. Yep, I am dead. Your journey ends. Mages are not resilient as heavy armored warriors and should not be on the front line. Keep an eye out for cunning enemies to try to flank you. Attack your party from behind. Yes. And also try to be tactical, which I was not. I am very bad at being tactical. Very terrible at being tactical. So let's try that again. No last save. We won't be too far behind. Let's try to draw them here one at a time and just slowly pick them off, as that sounds like a great idea. I'm sure it sounds like a great idea to you too. Now you, I want you to swap your weapons again and shoot him. You missed him, but he knows you are there, which is okay. Getting shot. Pew. That'll open him up more for some shots. Dirty fighting, stealth.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Did you really warn him? Taking down Archer from here, which is okay in my opinion. And now he is dead. That is good. I quite frankly like it when enemies are dead before they come to fight the main group. Because for some reason when you come across the main group, they tend to just scatter off and fight whoever the hell they want to. Of course, you can change the default tactics of everybody. That's if I remember where it is. Armor, accessories, other, crafting, plot items. Alright, it's not there. Let me see, is it in... Ah, it's this. Alright, so basically, this is your tactics screen. You can change whatever tactics you want to use for any character at any given time. Now, Alistair, since he is a shield and sword user, he should be in defender status. Shield cover and shield bash, he is visible, shield pommel. That sounds like a good idea. David, he uses only that. Oh wait, David's the should be an archer. There we go. And Jory, he's the big guy, so shit. That sounds like a good tactic skill for him. Now, David, he should be a ranged person. Even though we won't be able to see David for quite some time after this. Spoiler alert. Now, let's see here. Let's try to get through this one more time. Alright. Everyone's going for the archer. That sounds like a great idea. Great idea to gang up on enemies one at a time, because it is a great way to just kill them very quickly. Of course, tactically it's not very good, but for me, it seems like a logical thing to do. Many people would yell, scream at the monitor, asking, why am I doing the things I'm doing? You're doing everything wrong. You're such a noob. You fucktard. Well, that's rude, and I, quite frankly, am offended about that. But it's working for me at the moment. Sure, Yori is about to die again, but quite frankly, Yori's a coward, and I don't like him at all. I can loot him. Enchanted dagger, sapphire. I'll take all that. I'll be able to sell it. No point on keeping it, giving any equipment to your... No point giving any equipment to your allies except Alistair at the moment. Warren's cash.
Well, well. What have we here? Are you a vulture, I wonder? A scavenger, poking amidst a corpse whose bones were long since cleaned? Or merely an intruder, come into these darkspawn-filled wilds of mine in search of easy prey?
I don't know.
What say you, Scavenger or intruder?
I am neither.
The tower no longer. The wilds have obviously claimed this desiccated corpse. I have watched your progress for some time. Where do they go, I wondered. Why are they here? And now you disturb ashes none have touched for so long. Why is that?
Don't answer her. She looks chastened, and that means others may be nearby.
Oh, you fear barbarians will swoop down upon you.
Yes, swooping is bad.
She's a witch of the wild, she is. She'll turn us into toads.
Witch of the wilds. Such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? You there, dwarf. You have nothing to fear from any witch. Tell me your name, and I shall tell you mine. Let us be civilized.
That sounds like a great idea.
Now that is a proper civil greeting, even here in the wilds. You may call me Morrigan. Shall I guess your purpose? You sought something in that chest? Something that is here no longer?
Here no longer. You stole them, didn't you? You're some kind of sneaky witch thief.
How very eloquent. How does one steal from dead men?
That's
Quite
actually a good
easily,
question.
it seems. Those documents are Grey Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for 'twas not I who removed them. Invoke a name that means nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened.
Then who removed
Was
them?
my mother, in fact. There is a sensible request. I like you.
Yay.
Be careful. First it's, I like you, but then zap. Frog time.
She'll put
Really?
us all in the pot, she will. Just you watch.
If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'd be a nice change.
Hey, at least he's got the right idea. Alright, I think it's high time about done with this particular video. There's not really much that I haven't covered. The combat system is great for people who love to be
Greetings,
tactical.
Mother. I bring before you 4 Grey Wardens who...
And
I see them, girl. Much as I expected.
Are we supposed to believe you were expecting us?
You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Shut one's eyes tight or open one's arms wide. Either way, one's a fool.
Okay.
She's a witch, I tell you. We shouldn't be talking to her.
Quiet, Dareth. If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There is a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things, but it is not I who decides. Believe what you will. And what of you? Does your dwarven mind give you a different viewpoint? What do you believe?
You know, I kind of want to say that I think she's crazy and possibly dangerous because I want to be a dick like that. But I'm no fool.
If you must protest so quickly, perhaps I need not ask. So much about you is uncertain, and yet I believe. Do I? What? It seems I do.
So this is a dreaded witch of the wilds.
Witch of the Wilds, huh? Morrigan must have told you that. She fancies such tales, though she would never admit it. How she dances under the moon.
We did not come to listen to your wild tales, Mother.
True, they came for their treaties, yes? And before you begin barking, your precious seal wore off long ago. I have protected these.
Okay.
Oh, you protected them.
And why not? Take them to your Grey Wardens and tell them this Blight's threat is greater than they realize.
What do you mean by
Either
that?
the threat is more, or they realize less. Or perhaps the threat is nothing. Or perhaps they realize nothing.
Now I'm starting to think you are crazy.
You have what you came for.
Time for you to go then.
I don't know. It sort of seems like she's just some
These are your guests.
random
Oh, very well.
toy
I
robot
will
that
show
just
you out of the
laughs at
woods.
every interval
Follow
of
me.
5 seconds, as you've seen in her animation. Anyways, it's about time for me to end this recording here. Just going to point out a quick few things. Let's see. Combat, it's great for people who want to be very tactical with how they want to play their RPGs. Story-wise, it's really good. It's everything you choose to do, everything like how you talk to other characters influences how other people react to you later on in the game, much as a Bioware game should be. Now, I would say that this is a Bioware game done right for many, many reasons. There have been Bioware games done very, very wrong. I'm looking at you, Mass Effect 3, you housey piece of shit. Anyways, ignore what I just said, or just completely take what I said to heart. Take your pick. Anyways, the inventory system is a little quirky, I would say, but I guess it's not very quirky. I mean, like, it has its sword options, has view all, it has a sword option, so it's okay, I would say, but I would prefer that you just double click to equip something rather than just right click and then have this weird radial menu to decide what you want to do with it. And last but not least, let's see. Last but not least, the leveling system. I actually need to show you the leveling system before I leave this out here. Now, you have certain skills here. Skills you will be able to acquire every 2 levels, I believe. I don't know, I think it's every 2 levels. I'm currently level 3, and I've been able to get my second skill, which is Improved Coercion, which is a very, very useful skill. Now, let's see here. You are the only person who could get the skill, as you are the only person talking to anybody. Let's see, Yuri, and then there's me. Improved combat training. I think this needs me to be at level 4 to actually use. And let's see here. Spells and talents. This you will get every level. Now, this will determine on what kind of playstyle you will be playing. There's your base warrior talents. You will get these. These are pretty much necessary talents if you want to be a great warrior. Now, dual weapons, if you fancy playing with 2 weapons held in each hand, or 1 weapon held in each hand, not 2 weapons held in each hand, because then that would be quad weapon. Dual weapon wielding, if you fancy that. Archery, if you fancy that. Although I don't know why you would want to be an archer if you're a warrior. I would say go for archer if you're a rogue, and go for dual weapon if you're a rogue. Racial ability, dwarven resistance. Now, this basically means that it basically spells it out for you. 1 time in 10, a spell will have utterly no effect. 1 time out of 10. Weapon and shield, that basically means you hold 1 shield in 1 hand and a sword in the other. 2-handed, which is what I'm going for because I'm a dwarf and I desire to smash people's faces in or chop their heads off with great amounts of force. You go for this playstyle. This is what I'm personally going for. And then you have your actual character record. This will basically list out everything you have here. I'm actually getting close to level 4 here, and you get 3 skill points. You get 3 stat points actually for every level up, and you get 1 point to be able to get a talent. Spells if you're a mage. And let's see here. Nori. And once you pick a specialty, you'll get something like this, which is what Alistair has. He has the special Templar tree, or well, branch. And with that, he gets special skills. You'll be able to specialize into what you want to be in the future. Now, let's see here. And just for one final look, let's just take a look at the options menu. You have fairly decent amount of options, fully rebindable keys, audio options. You can disable any part of the audio you want. You can disable sound, disable music, or disable audio. And video, you have this stuff, which is not very great in my opinion. Like, there could be more, there could be a lot more actually. Just go ahead and okay that and drag that back up here. Sorry about that. Now, let's see. Options, online. Why not? Why not upload screenshots? Download any premium content you have previously purchased but do not have it currently installed. You must be logged in. Okay. Okay. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and exit this game currently. And we'll go back to the main menu. Now, hopefully it'll be fixed now that I have done that. That is not the case. Basically, when I purchased this game, it came with a code for this, plus some blood armor. I've redeemed them already, but I still don't know how to actually get them installed. But apart from that, Dragon Age Origins, I highly recommend it to anybody who loves RPGs, especially people who love good Bioware RPGs. Dragon Age Origins is a great example of a Bioware game done right, as it takes the story and makes it so that every choice you make is actually affects what you do in the future, as most Bioware games do, but the future ones didn't really do them right. As with Mass Effect 3, you had all these huge choices to make in Mass Effect 1 and 2, but when you got into 3, it just felt like those choices really didn't matter. Now, let's see, for this one, I'll refer to myself as an axe because I am a dwarf and I am chopping people's heads off. So anyways, I've been an axe, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be another installment of Let's Love, Let's Question, and Let's Hate. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Have a nice day. I'll see you next time.